because you can help explain to other people who don't understand
Or
why
like
she's
if
doing
you're
it.
trying to research something or find somebody that can
Right.
share
Yeah,
your pain.
you know,
Or you're trying to put together some kind of a strategy.
Why is your
about
child
it.
doing this? And you know, it's a lot better than, well, she's poor.
Okay, we're having a good conversation here at Johnny's
She
house.
has
Right.
Asperger's syndrome, and then usually most people at least understand enough that,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
okay, as opposed to,
She's a genius.
I just thought you were terrible parents.
Yeah, right. Oh, she's a genius.
See, that's my
and-
thing, is I always figure people think that like we're just really bad parents that never discipline our
Well, they
child.
thought Sandy was a bad
You know what
parent.
I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, they definitely thought I was a bad parent with Joey.
But like Dr. Remick said, he's like, you learn to just ignore that after a while.
But did they think I was a bad parent with Johnny? Because Johnny was my child.
No. The interpretation of you was, you were a good parent when you were around, you just weren't around very often.
Don't forget that. Never show that part on this tape again.
That's what Johnny's kindergarten teacher said.
Let's never show this video again.
Probably because you never showed up for any of the conferences.
No, I don't
I
need
did
to.
all Alex's, both Glenn and I did all
I don't need to go to any.
Good Eric.
I don't need some know nothing teacher to tell me about Johnny.
Yeah, you did, because
That's for the record.
different. They're
What?
different. Children are different at school or in that kind of an involved.
Yeah,
I know Johnny got bullied.
Alex is very different around.
Johnny unfortunately grew up in bullying.
Yeah.
See, Johnny, you grew up unfortunately in the days.
I don't like cooking.
Is she good about interacting with the other adults other than you and Glenn?
As long as, here's when she's best with interacting with any adult, as long as there's only one person.
Okay.
If you have a room full of adults, she's terrible.
Johnny,
She's
what about the
Oh,
bull?
here, she's-
Johnny,
Well, she's
what do you?
interacting a lot with us, but she's getting kind of prompted by Glenn kind of helps her. And then she'll, because, you know, a lot of times.
Sandy, let me get this-
Even on that trip to the farm, before that, I would ask her questions, and just like, she would just ignore me. She wouldn't answer me. She wouldn't say anything to me. You know, but she's gotten so, she's more interactive. Maybe she's just more comfortable.
But like today, like when we were at the park today, you know, she and I had like deep conversations. I mean, as deep as you can have with a 4-year-old about things.
But that's you and Gwen. I was just wondering about other
Yeah,
adults.
yeah. Well, but I mean, no, but I mean, even if when she's with me and Gwen, it's still different than if she's just with me or just with Gwen.
Oh, I see.
Like whenever there's more people around, like I don't know, Gwen, wouldn't you agree
What?
that she's better if she's just with me or she's just with you than when she's with both of us?
Like when you go into work early and it's just me and her, like she's up by, I get up at 5 usually. She's up by 6. She's got her clothes on. We've got breakfast. We're in the car. We're leaving by 6:30, and everything's fine.
Can I bring up one thing, Johnny? What do you think about the bullying that now is not allowed? Do you remember getting bullied around when you were little?
Oh, does he remember?
But how did it go, Johnny? What was your
What
worst?
situation?
Which time? The time I got put inside the bleachers and they closed the bleachers on me?
Yeah, which time was
I
most?
shoved him into the chalkboard and cut his stomach.
Oh yeah, Darrell. I still got the scar from that one.
Oh, really? Who was that?
And that was
That's a Smith.
What was it, Smith?
His name was Darrell Nunn. I remember Darrell.
Okay.
And he used to call me, and actually he had his cohort will probably deny this, but you know who his cohort was who used to assist him in picking on me?
Chris.
It was Chris was Darrell.
I remember you said that.
Pick on me together, but yeah, they used to call me Johnny Cat because apparently there's a kitty litter called Johnny Cat Kitty Litter. You know, Johnny Cat, wee! He used to all the time, and he'd shove me into stuff. And, like he'd walk down the hall and just like if he was walking past, I always tried to go to the other side of the hall because he'd walk past me, he'd walk nonchalantly past me, and then just shove me as hard as I could into something.
But now, Johnny, would that be acceptable today?
I don't think it was acceptable then either.
No. You said he got suspended for a week.
Yeah, and I remember he was real. Well, actually, he didn't get in trouble for that. Nobody even found out about that. I went to the bathroom on my own and I bandaged myself. I probably should have actually had stitches because it left a pretty big scar. But I went to the bathroom, I folded up a paper towel and shoved it in my pants like this, and then, you know, of course, kept bleeding through it all day long, having to change
Did
my
they
hair.
ever know about it?
No, they never found out about it. No, what he got suspended.
Johnny's not a stool pigeon.
Yeah, what he got suspended for was because I couldn't hide it, but I.
I thought maybe somehow Mrs. Gorley got involved or something.
No. But it's so funny the things that happen at school that are indirectly, well, my parents' fault, but it's not my fault. But no, I needed, you know, for school supplies, a lot of my school supplies were Mom, I need such and such. Well, we're not going to the store tonight. And so you find something around the house and give it to me, and this would be the thing. So I had to have a red pen to grade. Remember, we exchanged paper, and you didn't give me a regular red pen. You gave me the gigantic red magic marker. You know, it's like this huge magic marker.
Didn't you notice at the time? What did you say? It's a little big. And what's Annie say?
I don't know.
She said, "Oh, it's not that big."
Yeah, I don't know,
Will you
but
stop already?
it was a very large red. Anyway, so I have my big, enormous grading pen, you know, something like that. You know, we used to paper. And so Darrell said, so I think I had to grade Darrell's paper one day. Of course, he got everything wrong. And I, put the X's on there, 21 or something. 21 out of 100. But anyway, so he came up to me, Johnny Cat, let me see that map. And he took the marker and he took my hand and he held my hand there and then he held my hand and he scribbled all over my hand with my red marker, shoved my hand, shoved me in the locker and walked away. And my hand was covered in ink. Like my whole forearm in ink was all script because he used my big red marker over my hand. The bell rang and I was still standing with a red ink on me. It was great. And then Mr. Gold was walking down the hall, and Johnny, you're going to be late for class. Remember, Mr. Gold used to stutter all the time.
Yes.
And I said, yeah, I know. And he goes, what happened there? And I said, oh, Darrell. And when he saw it, he thought it was blood because it was a big, heavy-duty red magic marker. He thought it was blood all over my arm. And I think he did break the skin a couple places because he grounded it pretty good, but it was mostly marker. But he was like, what? And he drugged me up to his office and he took his statement or whatever. And then he sent his wife, Mrs. Gold or whatever, to go get Darrell, and then had Darrell sit down next to me in his office, and I remember Darrell sitting there, cursing under his breath at me while I'm sitting there. What was that, Darrell? Hold on, I'm going to call your mom. And so he called Darrell's mom. Of course, then Darrell's mom yelled at Mr. Gold, for
Calling.
Well, because clearly he wasn't there because Darrell's mom carefully considered all the school options and decided Smix's offers the best academic opportunities for Darrell.
Yeah.
He was kicked out of, West Ensley High School or middle school or whatever, and got kicked out of, and so he ended up at the Christian school because he had to go to school somewhere.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, Darrell's mom wasn't happy to hear from Mr. Gold. That,
No, was he a black guy?
Darrell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, it's a big.
That's what I mean. He didn't exactly belong. He didn't seem like the normal clientele.
When did you trip onto that?
Well, I don't know.
After Johnny said he,
We went to Inslee, but then he imitated Drell once, and he used the black voice. But I thought maybe Drell was just stupid. Okay, all right. So all right, I didn't know.
Just a bully.
Yeah. So yeah, but
Well, what was Chris? What was Chris hanging around with black people for?
I don't know why Chris hung out with Darrell.
I thought you told me no one really liked Chris either. So.
Oh, that's right.
Chris was an outcast also. I hung out with all the outcasts. Finally, what happened was Chris thought he was cool, and then all the cool kids, no, we just make fun of you too. So then it ended up being me, Chris, PJ, and there was a fourth person. Oh yeah, this kid who, I don't know what he had. He had cerebral palsy, or I don't know what his name was. His name was Brad Bowden. And he couldn't walk real well, he couldn't talk real well, he had something wrong with him. I think it was cerebral palsy, I don't know. But I mean, he was fairly high functioning, he wasn't in a chair, but he didn't walk straight. But yeah, I remember we called ourselves the Nerd Herd. We used to always hang out together at lunchtime. So we were the Nerd Herd. And Darrell, I think, got expelled for some other awful thing that he did.
Okay, but not to you.
Not to me, yeah. No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, because really all he did was he wrote all over my hand with a magic marker. Nobody knew about the time he shoved me the chocolate.
I was just gonna say, yeah, that's what I thought he got expelled.
No, he did that before the magic marker thing.
No, I see.
So,